So there's this channel called BuzzFeed Yellow. They made this video and there's about 36 questions women have for men. I'm gonna play the questions for you and I want you to tell me what you think. It's just crazy what these women are saying. So it's 36 questions, but there's a lot of flaws and there's a lot of contradictions about what they are saying. It's like really generalizing and it's really false information and it's saturation and it's incoherent from the facts. What I like to do is really like address it. And when I mean address it, I mean like why there's such a contradiction in what these women are saying. It's really hard to be this positive on some negative bullshit. So here we go. This is the BuzzFeed Yellow 36 questions women have to ask, and here is my response.
How does it feel to be the same sex as Donald Trump?
How does it feel to be the same sex as Sarah Palin?
Why do you hate rom-coms? Or do you just feel like you need to hate them?
Everybody likes The Notebook. Everybody likes Beyonce. It's just a fact.
Guys are not hating rom-com just because society has conditioned them to be. It's a natural thing that men just are not into. Just like, do you feel the need to like romantic comedies? Are you socially conditioned to like romantic comedies?
Do you feel the need to not like sports-oriented movies? Do you feel the need to not like action flicks? Do you feel the need to hate movies with a male lead role?
Why do you make women sit around and talk about men in movies
When y'all easily just sit around and talk about boobs for hours?
How the hell were you forced to sit down and listen to what you say men are talking about? So you're really generalizing by talking about a selective few. So you better talk about men in movies or me and my homeboys in this gang called ISIS are gonna rape you. Because like, there's no freedom of speech right here in the Middle East of America where you are allowed to walk away and not talk about men in movies.
Why do you automatically assume that you won't like TV or movies that star a female lead?
Why?
Once again, you're generalizing, you dumb cunts. You are generalizing based on men that you met. If you actually research this, there's nothing that supports that men only favor men with lead roles opposed to women. Amy Schumer movies, Tina Fey movies, for example. Shit like Tomb Raider. Look at Star Wars.
Surprised when women are funny.
I'm probably funnier than you.
You're not.
Why do you think that we're obsessed with you when we hook up?
9 times out of 10, I just want you to leave too. I'm busy. I got shit to do.
Most women that I talk to want to stay. Most men that I talk to, and I can't remember any men unless they were gay, said the woman wanted to stay and the men wanted to leave.
Why can't I sleep with as many people as I want to without being judged? When men do it, they're congratulated.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna give a man props if he bang like 200 women. But if a woman sleeps with like 200 dudes, I'm not giving her no prop. Way more skill and effort for a man to sleep with a whole lot of females than it takes for a woman to sleep with a whole lot of dudes. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna slut shame any girl who sleeps with a lot of women. Matter of fact, I will encourage you, and you could sleep with me.
Why do you consider a woman a tease if she doesn't sleep with you after 3 dates, but a slut if she sleeps with you on the first date?
If your actions give the perception like you're going to have sex, then it comes across as a tease. At any point, you don't have to say yes to sex. But that's very subjective.
What world does no mean yes?
No means no.
This is one of many examples. There was this one girl who I used to hang out with, and she one time was telling me about this dude that she picked up on the bar, invited to her house. And then she turned him down a few times. And this is her story. The guy did not persist. She told me that he was a pussy for not being persistent and trying to have sex. Now, this generally happens with younger females, but it's up to us guys to try to fix this complicated situation. Your feedback.
Then justify catcalling by saying men just can't control themselves.
What feminists define as catcalling is not catcalling. I've never heard that. because they're too horny and they can't control themselves. It's more so that people don't feel like they are able to stop it. Here's my thing. Any approach towards a woman could be wrong, could be right, depending on how you do it.
Why do you think that just because you're nice to me, I owe you my body?
Just because a man pursues sex from you does not mean that they feel that you owe them. I might use being nice as part of courtship to be in some kind of intimate or romantic relationship with you, but that doesn't mean I feel that you owe me sex. It's just like if a salesman was to try to sell something to you, it doesn't mean he or she feels that you owe them money. They're just pursuing for you to purchase. Think about it. This is part 1. Check out part 2 next week. Let's start a movement by liking this video. Definitely. And sharing this shit on Facebook. Most importantly, do not forget to subscribe at youtube.com/Don Clue.